to be a part of Citizenfest, which is a festival based on the concept that we are one as people together and everyone has an equal right in the world without exception. And I think at this point in time, when we're in the midst of a pandemic, we've probably missed that togetherness more than ever. So instead of doing a live performance for Citizenfest, We Are One, we decided to look back at the 10 years we've been in existence as the Rainband so far and pick out our 10 best gigs from the last 10 years, which will include the likes of shows at the Isle of Wight, shows in Italy with Paolo Nutini, our own shows, headline shows here in Manchester, and supporting some other great bands, but also some other great causes. Now more than ever, we must stick together. So we wanted to celebrate that togetherness in the concept of this festival.
Absolutely, yeah. So we've been trawling the archives for the last week or so, finding some absolute gems of performances that we haven't actually seen. So it's been good for us just to look back on all the kind of different lineups, how we started, the different haircuts, I guess, as well.
Haircuts, definitely.
And you know, have a look and a bit of a celebration of some of those gigs right across Europe, Manchester, some of the early ones as well. So hope you enjoy.
One of our favourite tours to date, without a shadow of a doubt, was with Ocean Colour Scene. Very lucky to kind of pick up that support tour. So we went right across the UK, a number of the Spa, Bridlington Spa, Scarborough Spa, Wolverhampton Civic Hall. But the footage from these two shows are from the iconic Manchester Apollo. As a Manchester lad, or as Manchester lads, the one venue I think you always set out and pray and hope that you might one day play in Manchester is the Apollo, and that was an incredible experience. And also our second home, as mentioned, in the UK is definitely Glasgow, and to play 2 nights at Barrowlands was unbelievable. But a brilliant tour, and also with Rowetta coming out with us for being part of the song The Prodigal. That'll always be special. She very much is, you know, Miss Manchester, and someone that, you know, the Manchester City is very proud of. So that was a great tour, and we're always indebted to her for sure.
It's just one of those things.
Stage 2 here, the walk.
You've done the walk?
I've done the walk, yeah.
Oh, very good. The walk.
Let's go. Are we having this one? Are we having this one?
Parked.
Yep.
Music plays.
This is the one. Go.
We are the Rainband from Manchester. Favourite venues in Manchester, full stop, end of story, is the Ritz. We toured the UK with Ocean Colour Scene in 2011, having previously done a couple of days with Simple Minds that year. And after the tour with Ocean Colour Scene, we came straight back to headline the Ritz, which is a really special moment because I think we'd all been there as either to see gigs or at nightclubs within the nights that are run within the Ritz, and I'd always thought, you know, one day hopefully we'd get on that stage and we'd headline, and sure enough it came, and it was special. And I think as a band we felt we'd used the momentum that the tour with Ocean Colour Scene had done, because that was an incredible tour, an unbelievable band, and one of the bands that I've always loved. But to come back and headline your own show in a venue like that was something special for sure.
Absolutely. Enjoy. Rainband at the Ritz. Headline. Yeah, back in 2013, we were invited to contribute to a fantastic set of bands that were going to play for the 50th anniversary of the Beatles actually playing in our hometown of Urmston. So the Beatles played Chatham Park in 1963, and we played Chatham Park in 2013 to celebrate that. The headline at that day, just on after us, were the Bootleg Beatles, obviously. And there was quite some interesting stories to tell about meeting up with the Beatles or the Bootlegs.
I was waiting for a portal that was being used backstage, and so I'm waiting a couple of minutes, and I'm in need. So I give a knock on the door of the portal, and the door flies open, and it's John Lennon in his white suit. It's not quite John Lennon, but that's the nearest I'm ever going to get. I mean, they played an incredible set, and I think for our hometown, it's a small town within Manchester. But for the Beatles to have played here, I still think people scratch their heads at the local park that, in 1963, the Fab Four did come and play a set here. So it was a great thing to celebrate. And, we're talking about Citizenfest and bringing everyone together. That's one day that makes me think and really miss live music, because that was not only a group of people all getting together to celebrate music, that was a whole town coming together to celebrate what is arguably its most famous moment. It was like 4,000 paying customers, and there was about 2,500 on the bridge because they could all see for free, which I pointed out, you can't say you were there unless you've paid for a ticket, but people will say that for sure. Hope you enjoy the footage.
Well, I don't have the questions that you want, only got the answers that you need. And everybody breaks it down and everybody leaves. It's a... Can you see the sun? 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 Can you see the sun?
Greatest European tours to date was with Paolo Nutini, a guy at the peak of his power who'd released Caustic Love, which is an unbelievable album, but to play a number of nights across Italy with him was really, really special. So there'll be footage from the show in Rome, Rock in Roma, a special gig, unbelievable gig really, in Padua, and one night in Milan, which was exceptional on stage and definitely exceptional off stage, but maybe we'll leave that for another day. Enjoy.
Tell me, where is all the love? It's the reason we hold on. Sometimes getting left behind, but that's because nobody's getting out alive. No one understands. This is the time, it's 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 the time, it's
The band have been featured at many festivals, main festivals across the UK, such as Glastonbury, will always be a highlight. But I think certainly one I look back on with the most fondest of memories was the headline or the main stage performance at the Isle of Wight Festival. Knowing that 5 bands after you, Fleetwood Mac was coming on, was a wee bit of pressure for us. So that was magical to be on stage in those circumstances. But there was a lot of funny antics off the stage, wasn't there?
Yeah, I mean, we've always had like the Rainband banner, which was always a pretty big banner, to be honest. It's probably about the size of a house. Anyway, it went a little bit bigger because the Isle of Wight stage was just the size of a spaceship.
Yeah.
So we'd actually ordered a banner that must have been about 80 feet wide. Of course, when we get to load the van up in Manchester, ready to set off, no one knows how to get this banner in or on the van. So we had to like roll it up, strap it to the top. So it was called the Black Snake. As we drove down to Southampton, we'd take the ferry. You can imagine trying to get a black snake on a ferry to a massive rock festival as well, in terms of like people checking that as well.
Yeah, it was sort of, as I remember, it was almost 10 feet in front of the van and 10 feet behind. I think if the police had seen it at any given point, I don't think we'd have made the festival slot time. But I think those sort of comedy moments have been indicative of us as a band. It's a last minute, no one thought about it, but somehow we managed to cobble it through. And of course, when we come off the stage, there's kind of the celebration and, you know, what a brilliant performance, kind of how much we enjoyed it, and as music fans as much as music musicians, to be a part of something like that, only to be greeted with the news that somebody snapped the tour bus key in the back of the van unloading. So now we've got to get a locksmith to work it out. This is within 5 minutes of walking off the stage, so I've gone from euphoria to how are we going to solve this? It turns out on the Isle of Wight, ladies and gentlemen, if ever you snap your key in your car or vehicle you are, there's only one locksmith. And to be fair, cue just chaos. But again, we managed to get back home in some shape or form. But just an unbelievable experience as a musician and as a music fan and as a band to be a part of. I think we'll always celebrate that moment as one of the best.
Absolutely. Enjoy Rainband live at the Isle of Wight Festival.
Style. Don't worry about it. Come on, guys, we're at the Isle of Wight. Better go on main stage.
Don't go over.
He is actually awake for once. First time.
He needs a toilet though.
Yeah. Too late. You had it on the A34 yesterday.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go.
Okay, cameras are rolling.
Yeah.
Got a VT to fade out. And it's all yours.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Ready?
Yeah,
We're the Rainband from Manchester. Sorry about the weather. Out of white women, go. We go. We go. We go. We go. Round and round 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 we go. We go. We go, we go, we go, we go, we go, we go. We go. We go. Have yourselves a wonderful festival. May the sun shine on you and each and every one of you. Isle of Wight, thank you very much. We've been the Rainband from Manchester. You've been fucking brilliant. Thank you. Spread the love, spread the love, spread the love.
Two really enjoyable gigs were part of the Harley Davidson tour we did. They were both in Europe as well, so there's a European tour happening, and we were lucky enough to play in Porto in southern Spain and Fakasi in Austria. Again, the stage management, the crew and all the help you got as soon as you arrived was second to none. The crowd again was amazing. There were some quite eclectic acts, to be fair, as you can imagine on the Harley gig. I think there was one band dressed in spandex just before we came on. So I'm not sure, we were kind of looking a bit worried, thinking how we're going to compete with these kind of like Bon Jovi covers, but again, it's a fantastic gig. And again, very much enjoyable because having, you know, drove into like Italy and France and drove back home in the back of a van. We were lucky enough actually to get flown into these gigs. So we were flown into, I think it was Malaga Airport, picked straight up, taken past Gibraltar all the way to Port Jerez, and then basically did the gig, stayed over, flew back. So it was nice to have that kind of first class treatment in a gig.
And also, obviously, Neil Matthews does an incredible amount of work behind the camera and also with the band's logistics. He was flown in as well, but he nearly ensured that we missed our flight on the way back because we were flying out of, for the Austrian show, we were flying out of Venice, and the scheduled leave time was 9 AM, and at 9:30 no one knew where Neil was. that is definitely another story. And if you see him, you need to find him out and ask him what that story is all about. But for now, please enjoy the footage of the Rainband with the Harley Davidson festivals.
Meet all my friends at the lost and found. We're looking up, we're not looking down. She brings a light, she makes a stand. She's got a place that has no fear. She's got a place up in the clouds, the sanctuary, the broken hearts. I live and hope. And I'm a man of wealth and taste. My strength lies on the sand, lies on sympathy. Oh, I will lay off so do. Alright. Thank you very much for having us. We've been the Rainband. God bless you. Have a great rest of your festival. Harley Davidson, thank you to each and every one of you. Goodbye, good night, God bless.
We played at Manchester Academy a number of times, going right up through the ranks of starting off at Academy 3 and 2, back to Academy 1. This was back at the release of our first album, Satellite Sunrise. So it was a headline tour. This was the last date of the tour as well. And again, you're just kind of celebrating the whole tour, you're celebrating the album. The vibe in the room again was fantastic, so enjoy Rainband at the Academy.
How we doing, Manchester? A lot of friendly faces in the room, thanks for coming down, we really appreciate it. Darkness had a melody, always gives me a sing. Shadows like the beauty of the dancing flame, 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 flame. Turn it up, turn it down, this world's upside down. You dream the dreams you dream, but there's no place to dream in this town. Shadows of the music are calling, calling again, into the sky I stare. Light is fading fast as I stand here. Into the sky I stare. I'm holding out for you. There's one way in and one way out. The voices in my head, they shout. One way in and one way out. And I'm calling out to you. Lose myself, I lose my mind.
Here's some footage from an absolutely beautiful venue, probably one of the nicest ones in kind of Victorian hall in Blackburn, King George's Hall. Maybe Georgian, I don't know, Victorian. Anyway, it's old, but it's an absolutely fabulous venue. We played here with Tony Hadley and Black Grape, not together, although that would have been fun.
That'd have been a hell of a night, yeah.
But with Tony Hadley, absolute diamond of a bloke, so friendly. Chatted away backstage after the gig as well, and I'm sure James was happy with his bottle of Jack Daniels that he received as a gift from Tony after the gig. Hope you enjoyed his performance. This is Rainband at King George's Hall, Blackburn.
Alright, go. Did you mean it to happen, or did you just let it be, let it be? Or did you just let it be, let it be?
great gigs was the Deaf Institute for the Gimme Love tour. It was electric that night. It was the first night of the tour, and we'd come back to play that venue, one which is Seminole in Manchester. And I think you can see from the voice, the crowd were really up for it, and the atmosphere on stage that night really was electric.
Absolutely. Enjoy.
We're out on the road. We're feeling so free. Oh, I'm looking at you. I see you looking at me. As high as the sky, as low as she goes. Oh, the devil inside. She got a grip on my soul, my soul, my soul, my soul. She said, love.
It's been great to put this together for Citizenfest. Very much we are one, as the concept of the festival is, and as its mantra suggests. We're looking to create naturally a world where everybody matters without exception. And music is very much a fundamental part of that. Even thinking about the gigs that we've just talked about and the kind of ripple effect of bringing people together, it's so important to stick together, to look out for each other. And very much we're looking forward to getting back to playing live, so hopefully that's going to happen in the not too far distant future. Hope you've enjoyed and enjoy the rest of the festival.